Should the Chiefs be a Super Bowl favorite?
Definitely. They the Chiefs, first of all. Anytime it's Big Red and Pat Mahomes, they live in the chip. So how can they not be one of the favorites to be in the chip? Now, when I say favorites, I mean, favorite to be in the chip in the AFC. That's what I'm talking about. The Eagles the favorite to be in the chip in the NFC. You know what I'm saying?
Again?
I mean, hey, until somebody knock them off, you got to ride with the champs. But they healthy. They look explosive. Even with the 2 turnovers last night, it was like, I never got worried. You know what I'm saying? They just look real explosive. And the defense, man, I love how the defense is playing right now. That's what's going to get them there. I'm telling you, it's always Patty. It's always Andy Reid, Patty. They get a lot of the shine. But the defense, when they defense is playing good, that's when they win Super Bowls. And their defense is playing fucking good right now. So I think they got to be one of the favorites. Right, Coach?
I agree 100%. How can you disagree with that? They've been in the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. I mean, they got the best coach, best quarterback, best 3 technique, best defensive coordinator, one of the best corners, one of the best tight ends of all time. I mean, what else do you want? Yeah. However, they got some teams to deal with. Your Denver Broncos, I think Buffalo game this week will tell a huge tale on how serious Buffalo is about this competing, and I think they will. I think if there is one weakness on Kansas City, call me crazy, I still think it's their defense a little bit. You look at the game Washington played, Debo drops one right in his face. Zach Ertz has a first down. He's 5 inches short. Yeah. They shot themselves in the foot a little bit too much with Marcus Mariota as a backup. I do think Buffalo will get after him a little bit, but Kansas City for sure is a favorite, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I could tell that hurt Akeem a little bit to say because your Broncos are rolling right now. So they're also a favorite. But yeah, the Chiefs are always going to be a favorite to win the Super Bowl. They're playing great football on both sides of the ball right now. Spags has that defense rolling. Coach, I disagree with you a little bit. I think that's the strength of their team right now. They're 4th in total defense. They're 2nd in scoring defense, that they're flying around. They're really good against the pass right now. But the thing that allows them to be so successful is because of the chemistry and the continuity they have on that side of the ball. They have a really, and you know this from Denver, when you were there, they have a really good core group of guys that have spent a lot of time together, and they trust Spags. And that means they can do more on game days, and they can take, the day 1 install and do day 1A and 1B and do these different things so that when they game plan for an opponent, they're not getting overloaded with the game plan. They can do a lot of different things, and they still execute at a high level. And then on the offensive side of the ball, they're starting to roll right now. They're getting dangerous. They got their weapons back. Run game could be a little better. They're still top 10 in rushing. Patrick Mahomes has been a big part of that. He's had to use his legs a lot this year. But Andy Reid, in my opinion, I know we love McVays and the Shanahans and all the young coaches. Andy Reid is still the best play caller in football right now. He knows how to get the most out of his guys. And watch out, because Patrick Mahomes is playing some high-level football right now. He's playing as good as he has in his entire career. And I know he had the 2 picks last night. The first one was an unbelievable play by Marshawn Lattimore. That was a hell of a play by him. And then the second one, a simple snag route to Travis Kelce, a play skip. We've talked before. We've seen Kelce make 100 times. And this time it just went off his hands. Bobby Wagner made a play on the football. But what he does so well is he's great in the pocket. He's great with his rhythm and timing and all of that. But where he excels and where he's dangerous right now is the way that he improvises and the way that he plays off schedule and gets outside of the pocket and buys time. And Akeem, that's so tough for a DB to have to cover for 7 or 8 seconds, because when the initial play's not there, Mahomes doesn't just throw it away or take a sack or any of that. He's going to buy time, great pocket presence, and then find someone downfield and make a big-time play. The Chiefs are for real. I'm with you. Kinsey, like you said, it's they start out 0-3 or 0-2. And then they win a couple games, and they get to 2-3 and lose to Jacksonville, and it's like, all right, the Chiefs are done. Everyone's feeling good about themselves. Someone else is going to have a shot in the AFC. But sure enough, they turn it on. They remind everybody who they are. They put that story to bed quickly. They've done it multiple times. They've gone to the AFC Championship game 7 years in a row. They've won the AFC West 9 years in a row. You guys know who the last team was to win it, though, besides the Chiefs? That was that man over there in the Broncos back in 2015. But right now, I like what you said, too.
We smacked the shit out the Chiefs. It was...
Yeah,
that was before Mahomes.
Okay, it was.
Before Mahomes, though, man.
But since he's taken over, man, they've been the team to beat in the AFC. I think the NFC goes through Philly, but the AFC right now, if you want to get to the Super Bowl, you got to go through Kansas City.
Sure.
Now wait a second. The Lattimore pick, that was a bad idea. Come on.
No,
it really wasn't, though.
It wasn't. He's trying to throw a back shoulder.
But the
and yes, was it a little low and inside? It was low and inside. But
the receiver you gotta stop and go to the ball. He Worthy not really he's a take the top off, get the ball in his hands, let him go. He's not really a back shoulder type of guy. If there would have been a
Rashee Rice
or somebody who got real ball skills, Man, they would have stopped, slammed on the brakes, and went and got it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a good idea. He just threw it to the wrong guy.
And it was, I'll give you that though, Skip. When you throw it back shoulder, coach knows I want that high and away, right? It's us or nobody. It was a little bit inside, but still, that ball right there, 9 times out of 10, is just knocked down, or the receiver can make a play on it. It's a hell of a play by Marshawn Lattimore.
Because you
not a lot
laugh
of guys
at me, but the Cowboys are picking on Lattimore a week ago because he's had a long, hard year.
Yeah.
And I think Mahomes is thinking, that's Lattimore. I can just fit this.
He made a hell of a play in that moment.
Right?
Worthy fell down
Okay.
who catch the damn
You're
ball?
always defending Patrick Mahomes.
I know.
just
Can
saying,
you,
yeah,
Skip,
good
can you
for
be the
I-
person to?
I'm going to do
Thank
that
you.
in just a second. First, I got to congratulate Coach because you said that Dan Quinn would have that team ready to play. And for one half of football, they were readier to play than the Chiefs were ready to play.
They played hard.
Okay. And that was the end of that deal, right? Because it was 21-0 in the second half.
They'd run out of gas.
So when I was making my prediction yesterday, I was going to go 34-10, and then I sat right here in real time and said, I don't know how Marcus Mariota can get to 10 on that defense. And he couldn't because he's Marcus Mariota. So I can't overreact to what I saw from the Chiefs last night, except for one thing that you called. Rashee Rice is a force on the football field. He's big, strong, explosive, and you said just wait until he gets back in the flow of it because he's a force. He's like a difference maker to me, and they hand it to him a couple times a game, and he's Debo-like, and Debo's kind of on his last legs after last night, right? Okay, so here's my issue with the Chiefs. In all my time of doing this, a long time, I can't remember 8 games in a strong Super Bowl favorite with odds makers who is 5-3. Okay, they're 5-3. So, but you nailed it because you said they the Chiefs. Well, that's the attitude of the world is they the Chiefs. You said it too.
Yeah.
Well, they're the Chiefs. Well, it's a reputation pick right now that they're running away with the odds. They're plus 500 and the Lions are second at plus 700. That's a big gap, man, because they the Chiefs. It's like, well, they're always in the chip, so we got to just give it to them. And I'm saying, well, I don't know if I can just give it to them because the last time I saw them in the Super Bowl, with 3 minutes to go, they were down 40-6. I'm just saying, to the Philadelphia Eagles, it was 40-6. That wasn't that long ago. And I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So now I'm looking at this year. So they open at Brazil, and we all watched, and Justin Herbert had the game of his life, and it was 27-21 Chargers. Then they go home, and they lose to the Eagles, so it's a big sort of Super Bowl rematch, and you lose it at your place, at Arrowhead. You lose 20-17. Then you go to Jacksonville on a Monday night. It was a shootout. It was a good game, but you lost 31-28. And Patrick threw a terrible pick in the red zone that got pick-sixed, right? Okay, so I'm saying, okay, what have you done? So you won at the Giants, whoop-de-doo. You know, you beat Baltimore when they were already crumbling and falling apart. Lamar did play, but they weren't the Ravens that I thought they were going to be. And then you did that last night. You beat Las Vegas, then you beat Marcus Mariota. And I'm saying, you got one game on your resume this year, and it's Detroit at home, and you beat them 30-17, and I will give you that on, I think it was a Sunday night. But other than that, is that how you become a runaway favorite, like a solid favorite to win the Super Bowl? Because I don't see it except for the defense. They are second in points allowed, so I give you that. But Patrick Mahomes, to me, his mobility is like, it's off the charts, weird, amazing to me because he looks like he weighs 240 and he doesn't look like he's in great shape, but he's like a shortstop playing quarterback because his movement and his ability to buy time is beyond anything I think I've ever seen because he's not buying time to run for the most part. He can if you dare him to.
No.
But he just buys time, and just picks people to pieces with dink and dunk because he's not bombs away Patrick Mahomes anymore. They just don't do. His longest game last night was Kelce leaked out on the safety valve when he got in trouble, and he popped it to him, and he runs for 38 yards. Okay, well, that's who he is now. They dink and dunk you to death because he just stands back there and buys and makes it up, and somebody finally uncovers, and he pops it to him for a first down. And that's what you got now. But if you look at Patrick's performance over the last 3 years, everything's been declined. Yards passing, touchdown passes have gone down for 3 years until now. and he's starting to trend back up a little bit because now he went 8th and 8th in QBR the last 2 years, and now he's back up to 3rd. So I give you, he's playing at a high mental level, like he and Andy and their wavelength. I give you, and even Kelce, even though he's on his last legs, he just uncovers with extraordinary wavelength with Patrick. So I give you all that. But are they world beaters? You know, if you have a problem with their defense, then they're not world beaters.
I don't say I have a real problem. I say that might be a way to get them. You know, because offensively, Patrick's going to make those plays like he did with Kareem Hunt in the passing game. Kareem Hunt wasn't even in route.
I know.
He just standing pass block.
Kelce neither.
No.
He just scrambles out of there. Kareem, touchdown. Hey, Spike, nice job. Big play. Good call, Andy Reid.
The home run balls, he doesn't do that anymore.
Because he don't have Tyreek Hill.
Okay, all right.
And you don't, but you don't have to. Like you just got to take what the defense gives you. You got to take a profit when your defense on the other side of the ball is that good. You just can't give the other offense extra possessions. Right. Protect the football, make the plays that are there, and don't compound the problem. He understands that better than anybody. And you mentioned it. When the initial play is not there, they're not dead. He knows how to get to rush lanes. He knows how to buy time. He knows how to get outside the pocket.
I think they're more alive than ever because I think they do better off script, you know, where he just off platform.
There's not a lot of people in the NFL that can do what that man does when the play breaks down. And that's including Lamar. That's including some of the other guys that can run around. Josh Allen, another guy that's great at improvising. Patrick Mahomes right now is the best by far. And another point, Skip, you mentioned this. You know, you said he hasn't been playing his best football, but they've been going to the Super Bowl every single year. Doesn't that give you a little bit more confidence in them to say, all right, we can still get it done even when Mahomes isn't Superman? We don't need him to be at his best, and we can still compete and play for Super Bowls and win Super Bowls because of that defense. But we've seen it before, back in 2019.
They handle adversity better than anybody.
100% they do.
That's the biggest thing, and if they have the quality people to do it. They don't ever hang their heads when things don't go right. It's 7-7 at the half, and Washington's playing their absolute ass off.
They are.
They go in at halftime. Hey, let's pick it up, fellas.
Okay,
boom, 28-7. Here we go. Right. And nobody doubts what the quarterback's going to do. You know, he throws 2 interceptions. Nobody bats an eye. They're going to come out and play extra hard in the second half, and that's going to be the theme throughout the rest of the year. That's how they're going to be. That's why they're the favorite, because they've been there, done that. They perform their best in critical situations. That's why they're the favorite.
And that's what type of team they are. Andy reminds me a lot of Bill. Like, they still tackle in the fucking offseason. Like in training camp, they still have live periods. Teams don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? They still one of the tougher teams. You know what I'm saying? They tough as nails, man. And that's how the Bill teams used to be, man. We still had hard conditioning tests. Like, he still do stuff the old school way, so he get an old school product on the field, man. So
what's weird about that, all those years Andy was in Philadelphia and Dallas is playing Philadelphia, their reputation was their finesse, they're not in good shape. I don't know. He flipped the script, man, when he went to Kansas City.
But they was always good teams, though, in Philly. So whatever their reputation was, they was always damn good teams. That was Cowboys, Eagles. They used to go at it. I used to be a legit Skip watching. Cowboys, Eagles. We got to beat them.
He got fired at Philly, remember?
I know he did, but
they weren't very good the last couple of years. They had a ton of injuries. And you're right, they were kind of considered soft.
They were soft. They were a soft team. So does anybody have an issue that Patrick in that Super Bowl had a QBR of 10 and it was 40
Skip,
to 6?
that kind of shit happens, though. Like, it was a year where the Broncos, we beat the dog shit out of Tom Brady twice, sent them home, and we went and won the chip. So ain't nobody have an issue with Tom Brady that year, right?
I don't know that you beat the dog shit out of him.
Man, we beat the dog shit out of him.
Last play.
We beat the dog shit out of him.
Okay.
He got his ass hit 25 times, was slammed on it, beat the dog shit out of him like that. That's what I mean.
The AFC Championship was when
it
was in Denver, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
didn't it go to the last play? I don't know.
I mean, I'm talking about as far as Tom, he got his ass beat that game. You know what I'm saying? He got hit after hit after hit. And, you know, it did go to the last play, but still.
Yeah, you beat the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, we beat the dog shit out of him, bro. We whooped on it.
Win, man.
A win is a win, but we did it twice. We whooped them twice in 1 year. One was the AFC chip. Ain't nobody have a problem with Tom that year. Like, oh, Tom, he's declining. Nah, it shit happens.
Yeah. No, and back to your point, though, Skip, with that. The reason they're favorites, even with how slow they've started this year, is because they've done it over and over. I mean, 2019, they start out 4-0.
So this is reputation. It's
100%.
Reputation.
Yes, because of who's at quarterback. 2019, 4-0. Then they go 2-4 the next 6. Man, they're done. They go undefeated the rest of the year and win a Super Bowl. 2021, they start out 3-4, get their ass kicked by Tennessee, 27-3.
I remember.
Man, they're done. The Chiefs dynasty, it's over. They end up going all the way to the AFC Championship game. And then 2023, the same thing. They start out 7-2, and then they go 2-4 over the next 6. Lose to the Raiders at home.
I remember.
Ugly loss.
Yep.
Chiefs are done. What'd they do that year in 2023?
They did.
They won the Super Bowl.
And they lost their first 2 games with no wideouts.
Okay, so now
that matters.
Can you give me one impressive game other than Detroit this year that they've played, where you said, "Oh, there it is. That's the Chiefs."
Last night
against Marcus Mariota. Really?
I'm just
Seriously?
saying, if we play Marcus Mariota, what are we supposed to do?
Just make sure he doesn't bolt the pocket.
Make sure he gets 7 points. That's all you get. Yeah. 7 points is your maximum. We give him 7 points. Like, we beat the dog shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's what we supposed to do.
Well, last week they had a good game too, right?
Yeah.
Last week against the Raiders?
Talking about the Raiders?
Yeah.
They beat the dog shit out of them, 31-0. Like,
well, they were impressive.
Okay.
I mean, it was impressive.
Hey, good teams. I said this about the
That's
Colts,
what they
and I got
do.
some shit for it, but good teams are supposed to dominate the games they're supposed to win. You don't pick who you play, you control how you play. And if you're playing the Raiders, you better beat them convincingly, and that's what they're doing right now.
Okay, so now I got to get you guys' take on this one. So my guy Troy Aikman says, during the telecast last night, nobody has ever seen the field better than Patrick Mahomes sees the field. And if memory serves, that guy you beat the dog shit out of twice, he was pretty good. That Brady guy, didn't he play quarterback? I think he played quarterback.
Who?
I don't remember it.
But he ain't extend the plays like Patrick. I remember I seen Patrick Mahomes' very first game, Skip. The Chiefs was already in the playoffs. All right, Alex Smith gonna chill. We gonna let Patrick spin.
I remember it.
And the Broncos was on some. It was actually Vance Joseph. We going to split time. We was already out of there. We going to split time with the young guys and the vets.
Yep.
I told him, hey, Vance, leave, don't do that shit. I'll play the first 2 series, then I'm out. I ain't going to keep switching and switch. I'm too old for that shit. So, I put my coat on, had a nice sideline view of Patrick Mahomes, bro.
Okay, yeah.
He was born. I seen it that day. He was a star. Me and Chris Harris sat on the sideline and said, he a fucking star. Because he played in that game the same way he played right now, ran around, made shit happen, threw the ball downfield, saw the field amazing. So Troy not lying, bro. Troy not lying. It's crazy.
So you're okay because you played with Tom Brady, and you say Patrick sees the field better than Tom Brady saw the football field. I know Tom's more read.
Yeah, Tom more. I see the defense, and I know where I'm going right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really seeing the field. He see what the fuck I'm gonna do better than Patrick. But Patrick see the field. He gonna hold the ball. Come here, whoop. Throw to his check down, throw it deep. Like, hell yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, so Tom was better pre-snap than...
Tom was better, much better pre-snap. That's why, he probably can get better pre-snap. That's why he hold the ball and have to create so much. Maybe that's what he need to work on is getting better pre-snap so you can get a little bit of that Tom Brady in your game, and then we really going to be in fucking trouble.
Yeah, because everybody else condemns the Kansas City offensive line. Oh, Mahomes isn't protected. No, he waits and he waits and he waits and he moves here and he moves back and then he spins and he creates. I don't know how long you can hold your blocks, man. At some point, it's not your fault.
Well, they're not condemning them too much. They just won the AFC 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
They live in the chip. Like, I mean,
he does throw some. He does throw some on time. It's not
he's been a lot better this year too.
He does.
And you said it perfect. I was with Tom in 2019 in England. That was a perfect explanation of that. He is so good. He knew the defense better than he knew his own offense. He knew what you were going to do, and he knew pre-snap, this is the picture. I'm going to confirm post-snap, and I'm going to get the ball out on time, and I know where my big plays are, I know where my alerts are, I know where my checks are, all of that. Patrick Mahomes, too, and when you watch him, sometimes that's on purpose. And I'm not speaking for him, but it looks like it's on purpose to where I'm going to hold the ball and set something up a couple times and not throw the underneath route and see what you do. So a couple plays later, we're going to run the same thing, and now I'm going to double move it and throw it over the top, and I'm just setting things up, and I'm playing the game differently than anybody else can play the game. That's why Troy Aikman said that, is because he sees the field, not only what he's seeing in real time, but what he's setting up for later in the game and improvising and playing off schedule and making your defense commit to things that you think are there, and then we're going to hit a big play over the top. Even if they're not taking shots down the field, but he's always one step ahead of the defense when Mahomes plays, and it's fun to watch, man. It's great to see.
So what did your old team, the Bucs, do to Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl with Tom Brady at the other quarterback? They said, we're not going to let you out, and we are going to make you throw it on time every time, and we're going to have hands all over you as you deliver. And he was a wreck in that game. It was a wipeout, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be perfect every time, you know what I'm saying?
Let's just give him another break.
I'm just saying they're not going to be perfect. Who has been perfect? Who's been perfect every Super Bowl they played in, every big game they played in? Who's done it?
Brady.
He hasn't, though.
Well, I thought
he lost games, too. He lost 2 chips.
Yeah, he lost 2 chips when Belichick gave up 41 to Nick Foles, the backup quarterback. 41? And what are you doing?
What did he do? He still lost the game, regardless.
Well, he threw for an all-time playoff record, not a Super Bowl record. He threw for a playoff record, 505.
He still lost the game.
505 yards, and you're going to blame him?
He lost the game.
Okay.
Him and Bill lost the game.
Okay.
You punish too many guys for getting to the Super Bowl and playing.
Well, okay.
Exactly.
Getting to the Super Bowl is very difficult, man. I mean, getting to the Super Bowl is
But
hard.
I'm trying to protect a guy I know you love, Tom Brady.
I fuck with Tom.
Okay, I got it. But against Eli in that first Super Bowl, Tom did what he always does in Super Bowls. He drives them 80 yards it's Randy Moss with a little touchdown pass. And it's 14-10 Patriots. And all Bill's defense has to do is stop Eli from going 75 yards, not for a field goal, they got to go score 6,
right.
To win the game, you got to go score a touchdown. And you know what happened? Eli closes his eyes and throws one up, and it sticks in a face mask. And
Tom lost the game.
I don't think Troy was being disrespectful to Tom by saying Patrick sees a field better than anybody else. I think he's saying it because he can find receivers that aren't even remotely in the pattern more so than anybody that's ever played the game. I mean, he might have a drag slant combination over here, and somehow he gets back over here and it's not supposed to get there. You know what I mean? I think that's what he means. He gets the more progressions easier and smoother than anybody's ever played.
Okay, but I don't think he's talking about progressions. I think he's talking about off-platform, off-rhythm, off-time.
That's why he do it better, because Tom don't do off-platform.
No, never.
Right.
But not capable.
So the person who does that, they see the field better.
Yeah.
Because if you're running around, people chasing you, and you still throwing the ball downfield, that means I see the field better, Skip.
I think he's got the best pocket presence anybody I've ever seen.
100%.
Pocket presence.
I agree. And
stepping up,
sneaky,
spinning out. I mean.
But that was my point earlier, too, was, okay, maybe there are times that the underneath route is there and he can take it, but he knows if I throw that, we're getting 3 yards. But I have a lane to the right. I can roll out. I know that Rashee Rice is going to break contain, work the scramble drill, and then have a bigger play.
Right.
I know. That's where he sees the field better.
Like Kareem Hunt on the touchdown. Like you said, he's not even in the
he was blocking.
pattern. He was blocking.
Same with Kelce. Kelce was blocking.
Blocking the edge, late release.
Seen him in trouble.
And I promise you, he might have had something down the field. Maybe it's there. Saw the corner and DB fall off. Okay, I'm going to wait. Act like I'm going somewhere. I'm going to find Kelce for a big play.
Okay,
but
he's
what one step ahead.
When I see Patrick in his civvy clothes, he's got a dad bod, and it doesn't look like he could do that.
So, Kenzie, Skip hate Patrick Mahomes, right?
No, I don't hate him.
Do we got to say that?
So do you.
I know.
Who'd you rather have, Patrick Mahomes or Micah Parsons on your team?
He don't want either one of them. He'll take the L.
Hey, I got the MVP, Dak Prescott.
Skip, I'm with you though, man. Like I'm in that boat. Hey, Chiefs fans, I want the Bills to win one. I want Lamar to win one. But damn it, 15 is that guy, man.
But explain to me how he looks like he's not in the greatest of shape. He doesn't look like Lamar or somebody who can really move. And he moves like crazy. Like no one can get him on the ground. Doesn't he look like he weighs 240?
Yeah, he looked. I mean, they done showed him with his shirt off on the show on Netflix, the QB show.
Do you like that?
I mean, it's not. It ain't really impressive, you know what I'm saying?
No, dad bod. I think dad bods are nice, man.
Okay. Touche. Yeah.
It's not really impressive, but he just know how to work. He know how to move.
Okay,
he got that twitch to him.
Extreme, like foot quickness, where there's something going on that's off the charts with his athletic ability in the pocket. I've just never seen anything like it.
I think it's more his instincts than his athletic ability. It's just he just knows where to go.
Yes.
He's
one step ahead,
his
man.
angles are perfect.
Well, thank you, Skip. I needed some hope because I can't see him. I can't see him in the chip another time.
Good.
I can't. I'm tired of him. We need to get that out of there. But okay.
Broncos gonna knock him off this year. Don't worry about it, Skip.
Don't worry about it. Ooh.
You booking that?
Booking that.
Okay, we'll find out. Because Akib, you do say defense wins championships, right? So right now, the Texans' defense is ranked #1 in scoring allowed. So.